Hi, this is Mark Cashman, and I am just here to walk you through what happens to a video file when you upload it into Office 365 Video. So I'm going to start here with our contributor, and the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to take their video file and they're going to upload it into the Office 365 user interface, which is putting that file into SharePoint Online. We're going to store that original copy in SharePoint Online, and then we're going to send a copy over to Azure Media Services to be transcoded into a bunch of different file formats so that it then comes out and is available for adaptive streaming, so that if our user over here, who is our consumer, is on a really good connection on a larger screen, then we'll serve them up best file possible. And if at any point in time we detect that their bandwidth is either going down, or when they originally request maybe they're on a smaller device, then we'll actually serve them up something a little bit smaller that'll make it so that the playback experience is just as good as it can be. So let's say that the number of video files now being stored and being available to be served up from Azure Media Services, and our player is either using an iPhone app or is watching on an Android tablet or is using a Windows PC. Everything that they do here obviously is going to be encrypted. So whether it's coming from that first initial upload or that file that's stored in SharePoint Online or any of these versions that are in Azure Media Services, or ultimately as it's being played and served up to that end user, everything is encrypted. That's both encrypted at rest and encrypted in transit. And the few additional things here is when we send that video file over into Azure Media Services, one thing we get from Azure Media Services is a thumbnailing service. That thumbnail is actually going to be generated and sent back to SharePoint Online and stored in as metadata. And then as you start to fill out title, description, and whatnot about the video, that also is going to be stored in SharePoint Online. So you really have the best of both worlds of the Office 365 Video solution and service all together, combining that power of SharePoint Online in the enterprise content management space for digital asset management, and the benefits of the Azure Media Services in terms of encoding the files and playing them back in that adaptive streaming. Everything wherever it is, whether it's in transit, at rest, is always encrypted, as I said. And the service all up, the only thing that really is going to be used in terms of counting what you're doing with your video is we are going to count the storage of this original file in SharePoint Online. But everything over here on the Azure Media Services side, all the copies that we have to serve and enable the best end user experience, and of course the transcoding services and the thumbnailing, is all costs that are just going to be embedded in the overall Office 365 investment. You're not charged for Azure storage or any of the playback from Azure Media Services. We do count the original uploaded file against the pooled storage in SharePoint Online, but these videos are kept isolated and encrypted in all locations and are only available to authenticated employees that have access and permissions to the videos. So effectively you're getting this incredible back end, this incredible front end to the scale and mobility of Office 365 for a great enterprise video service solution.